What type of news events do you trade? Here is a screenshot showing the types of news events that you should trade. News releases happen at different times of the day, in different parts of the world, multiple times each month. Now, if you go to investing.com, which is our calendar, there we'll be able to see all types of events. Now, events come in three categories. There's high impact events, there's medium impact, and there's low impact. Now, before you can use investing.com, we need to filter out low and medium. This way we'll only be able to see the high impact events. Now, when it comes to high impact events, quite right, yes, there'll be high impact, but some of them move more than others. That's why the chart with a triangle comes in. Now, this chart, it shows you the levels in which events fall under. So there's level 1 events, there's level 2 events, and there's level 3 events. Level 1 events being the most powerful events, then followed by level 2 events, then lastly level 3. Level 3 events, these are the least powerful events, and they're quite unpredictable. Let me give you an example. For example, retail sales. You can find this week it moves, next week it doesn't move, the other week it doesn't move, and so on. Or it doesn't move at all. So these events, they're quite unpredictable. So I would advise you guys stick to trading level 1 events and level 2 events if you want to make the most money. So when it comes to this chart here, the hierarchy, level 1 events and level 2 events, those ones we use a certain strategy for them. Then level 3 events, we use a different strategy there to provide some security just in case they don't move and they disappoint you. Now, when it comes to how often these events happen, they all happen monthly. So you can find in a month, all these events are going to happen. Next month, they're going to happen. The other month, they're all going to happen, and so on. But some of them vary, like Fed interest rates can happen like 3 months in a row, then it skips 2 months, then it happens 3 months in a row again, just like that. But on average, many events here happen every month. So when it comes to how often these events happen by levels, level 1 events happen the least, then followed by level 2 events, then lastly level 3. Level 3 events happen the most every month. Like in a month, you can find there's 3 retail sales, there's 3 GDPs or more, and so on, just like this. Now, these events, some of them could waste your time, like level 3 events. Level 3 events, some of them could waste your time. They are really unpredictable, so I'd advise you guys to use them with a specific strategy that provides you security just in case they don't move. And what I mean by saying move, I mean how far they're going to move price, whether it's a bit or not at all. Now, for me, I only choose to trade level 1 and level 2 events. Then you can find in a month I only trade about 5 to 7 times. This is more than enough for me. But for you guys, you have the option to trade even more. It just depends on how often you're available to trade these same events. Otherwise, trading level 1 and level 2 events alone are just okay. Don't worry about trading level 3 events. Alright, so another thing that you guys should focus on is this chart right here. This one shows you the events that you should trade and which ones you shouldn't. So here, there's interest rates, employment change, US only non-farm payrolls, and so on. Then on investing.com, events that don't appear on this chart here, avoid trading them. Then on the top of this part here, there's also the currencies here. Like there's the US, there's CAD, there's Euros, NZD, GBP, and Australian dollar. Now, any currencies that don't appear here, like the Russian currency, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, and so on, do not trade them. So any event that happens in these countries, do not trade them, like India, China, Japan. Don't trade all those. From my experience, these are the ones that move the most. Now, this chart is important, so I would recommend you guys to master the charts and the currencies so that when you're investing, you shouldn't have to pull out this chart so that you can tell what events to trade and which ones you shouldn't. So just try and master this chart, including the one for the levels. That way it will be much easier for you and faster.